Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah Donald, and I'm here to talk about moving to Africa, moving to Nigeria. I'm talking about this because a lady who recently moved to Nigeria had a really bad experience. Her business was ruined. Her workers ruined her business. She had to move back to the UK, even in more debt than she had left. She started, I think it was a restaurant business. They ran it down. They stole from her so many things, and she had to move back. When I watched that video and I read the comments of a lot of people saying, oh, I'd always wanted to come to Nigeria to do business. If this is the experience, I'm not coming. And I've also had a few people reach out to me to say, what is it like doing business in Nigeria? So just backstory to introduce myself. Even though I grew up in Nigeria, I have moved to the UK, I moved to America, I came back to Nigeria. It's been over 12 years I've been in Nigeria, working in Nigeria, thriving in Nigeria. I've cried in Nigeria. I've had my fair share of tears. I've had my fair share of disappointment. I've had my fair share of ruining business. I've done 9 to 5, but here I am. If I'm to do it again, will I do it again? The answer is yes. Now, I want to talk about that and, clarity for those also thinking of moving to Nigeria to do business. Now, when you want to move, I understand this is the motherland, this is home. Nigeria, I keep telling people, is beyond dirty December. Coming to Nigeria to spend a few weeks changing dollars to Naira isn't our actual everyday reality. Yeah, the everyday reality here is that a small business will still need to run her generator or get an inverter. A small business here will still need to provide their own security in order to keep their business in check. A small business here will still need to do a lot of things. And the system here doesn't really help small businesses. But we got to still keep doing it. So my thing is, before you come to Nigeria or any other country to say you want to start a business, you have to first understand the culture. And by culture, you might have lived in Nigeria, but still don't understand the culture. I'm going to be dropping a few things that I encountered as well. When I went to America, I went to a film school and came back. Now imagine going to a film school, spending that kind of money and then coming back to Nigeria, and then you join the Nigerian movie business. The system was totally different. I thought I could handle it because I've lived in Nigeria literally till I was like a teenager. So I thought I know how to work things out. First of all, by culture, the language is different. Now you ask yourself, am I not speaking the same language with them? Yeah. By language, I don't literally mean language. Example, in this country, your voice has to be a bit higher for you to be heard. Your voice cannot be low. Does that make sense? It's a case of Nkiru Venus versus Patience is Okoro. If you watch movies, Nkiru Venice is the one that does the cry baby, and Patience is the rrr. So you almost have to be like a patient to do your business in Nigeria. So a little story time. When I came back to Nigeria, I got into the film industry and I wanted to do quite a few movies. Now short movies in Nigeria about 90 100 minutes usually takes about 6 to 7 days to film. Yeah, because they're literally that fast. Now, when it got to me, we do a lot of things per day, like renting generators per day, renting cameras per day, and the kind of attitude, will I say, that I received on set, people coming late, lackadaisical attitude, everything. And me now, I just came back. So I was more like, hi guys, please, let's hurry up. Oh my God, what's delaying? My money was going. It was some lady who I'm still friends with. She's a costumier. She calls me aside and she's like, Mama, if you keep running this thing like this, you're going to be on this set for a month and nothing will happen. I'm like, oh. She said, you need to, one, increase your volume. They need to know that, okay, you're the one in charge here, that your money is going, because these people are purposely doing this thing because they want you to keep paying for these things per day. She said, look at the people that come late, the camera guys, the generator guys, the guys that know that if they keep coming late, you will keep paying per day. I was like, wait, what? And then she was like, no, increase your volume. Scream, do. And then next day I came on set and I literally was losing my mind. Guys, no sitting down. Everybody stand. It was like a military zone. Go and get this costume, makeup, be on this. And I told the camera guy, I said, if you come a minute late again, I will not pay you for that day because you're already late. So it will be assumed you didn't work that day. My spirit, everything went on. In that day, we filmed more scenes than I had ever filmed in how many days that I was on set. So that one thing alone she did change me. I know you wonder like, but that's not how to talk to human beings. But hello, unfortunately, if you're here, you have to learn to speak their language. Another thing about doing business in Nigeria, I keep telling people, what business are you coming to do? Have you done your market research? What change are you bringing? Example, you're coming to open a restaurant and then you visit Lagos. Do you know how many restaurants are in Lagos? So what are you bringing? What is different? Are you opening a restaurant to employ chef and like you're not the actual chef, you're employing people? Listen, you will use your hard-earned money and your time, train those people, and someone else will poach them. One of the most successful businesses in Nigeria is run by people like the Lebanese people. Why? Because they are very hands-on. When you go to a Lebanese restaurant, it's like a family business. Their sister is the one cooking. Their brother is the this. Their brother is the chef. This one is the one that makes the pastry. So it's a family business and they have shares. So come rain, come shine, if you go there like 2 years later, you will find out that the food tastes the same because they are not changing chefs anyhow because they are the actual chefs. Like it is a family business. They don't come alone. They literally come with their families and start a business here. So the locals that are working with them, yes, they are learning from them. They are playing other roles. But even if you leave them, their business will still stand because they're the ones doing it. So what are you bringing in that you don't have? Are you coming to float into the already existing business? Or are you coming with a solution? You must come with a solution if you want to thrive and survive and do business in Nigeria, because a lot of people have returned to Nigeria. And I can tell you, like, about the same time I returned to Nigeria, I can tell you that a few people have gone back. And I can also tell you that a few people and that a lot of people are here and they're thriving. Why? Because they understood the language. Have you tried to hire as much as like a domestic staff in Nigeria? It got to a time when we didn't have boarding school for primary students, but now there's a boarding school for primary students in Nigeria. Why? Because you cannot even rely on domestic staff again. Yes, you cannot rely on them. So what parents are doing now is keeping their kids in boarding school Mondays to Friday because they also have to work. And then weekends, they go pick them up. Because it wasn't like the days of our parents where there's technology now, people are evolving, they know what's best. You can't just go and bring someone and keep them in your house for 3 years. No, they also want better. So you might be looking at it in the eyes of, oh, I'm going back to Nigeria and I'll have a lot of helps and stuff. Because when you left Nigeria, that was how easy it was getting helps. Things have changed now. It's no more the same way it used to be. So my point is, you must understand the culture, you must understand the people and how they do their things. And most importantly, you must come with something different. I mean, funny story I saw online, this guy was like that. In Nigeria, people speak to their helps and their drivers anyhow. And when he came in, he was like, I'm certainly not going to be part of that. And he was so nice to his driver. And one day his driver calls him. No, he calls his driver and like, take me to a wedding. Driver drops him and is like, oh, wait here, when we are done, we'll come out. So he comes and he calls the driver, where are you? Driver is on the mainland. The wedding is on the island. How exactly did he drive to the island? And he was still like insulting the guy in Yoruba, and the guy could hear it on the phone, like, this guy is disturbing me. And this is someone that they are usually nice to. And he was like, oh, no wonder they are not nice, or no wonder they don't smile. Like, it's something like, it's not like you're wicked, but it's something that you almost have to learn. When I see people sometimes say, oh, where your help goes, it's because you're not a nice person. No, I had to get into the head and the mentality of these people to be able to understand them and understand how they work. Like right now, when I'm hiring people for domestic work, I always ask them questions like, what's the plan? Because I know they have plans too. And like, be very honest with me. And they'll say, oh, I want to just work for 4 months and I want to pay up for something. I want to work for 1 year and go and pay up for something. So in my mind, I know that you're just here for part-time. Like, I want to do here so that I can easily go into school. Like, so that you know that your job is just a passerby, or what do you call it? Like, they're just using it to pass time. But before, I didn't know. And I'm just so worried. Like someone just work for you 3 months, 4 months, they will disappear. And you're like, what's happening? Why are they not telling you? Because your mind and their mind is not the same. You're educated, so you don't think like them. When you want to resign from a job, you write your resignation, you properly hand over because of tomorrow. Because tomorrow, you know that you will need that reference from that company to get another job. They don't think like that. Someone is just telling them, oh, there's a place that can get paid extra 2K. It doesn't matter that you have been nice to them, they go. So why? You always have a backup plan. You don't just leave yourself open to them and not have a backup plan. Yes, and now she mentioned about like them stealing from her. Now this happens everywhere in the world, basically. I'm not going to limit this to Nigeria. There are two set of people, very honest people and people that are not honest. There's some people that have no honesty in them. Another story, one day I was with my friend and there is this thing they do in Nigeria, if you know about it, when you go for weddings and all, you see boys standing outside, hailing you, washing your cars just to get an amount of money. So we go for a wedding to go and pick up somebody, a birthday party, and they were all there. And this guy was there asking for, like, they'll try to wipe your cars or something like that. You give them if the spirit leads. So this particular guy was standing there. He had a bottle on his hand. For some reason, I noticed him. So my friend was praying, when she was dancing, because they were dancing, and she had put her phone on the car. She drove off. Not too long, she started looking for her phone. That was the first time I ever used Find My Phone. We started looking for this phone. The phone was ringing. Then it will ring, somebody will pick, but you couldn't hear anything. And someone picking, we're like, this is the worst. That means somebody has stolen the phone. So I went online and he said, Find My Phone. And we found the phone, and the phone kept going round. We were going round and round and round like that, Lekki phase 1. So that means the person around was walking around with the phone. We were looking for this phone because, losing your phone these days, the content is more important than, even the actual phone. So we wanted to give up. I said, okay, let's try one more time. There's this thing you do when you're doing Find My Phone. When you do it, to say that the phone should buzz. So I was like, you know what? Let's get close to the location where it's showing us that it is. Park there and then do the buzz. So maybe we'll probably hear the buzz. Then it tells us it's on the other side of the road. We drive to the other side of the road, stop, and then call it to do that buzz the phone. So it buzzed, we didn't hear it. Someone comes and knocks on the window. Guess what? It's that guy that I saw that was holding a bottle. He's like, Ma, you're looking for your phone. I literally have goosebumps talking about this. Now, this is an iPhone. You're looking for your phone. He hands the phone. What happened? And I asked him, where are you from? He said, that they're on the mainland. He lives on the mainland. That they usually come to the island weekends because of parties and weddings like this, because somehow they know they will get transport money and just food to eat. So they try to wipe your cars or do things for you. In fact, those guys have so many business ideas there. They can help you carry, if your slippers caught or something, they will help you like repair it. They just come up with everything. Now, this guy is like, I'm the one that's been picking, but because when my friend drove off, she smashed the phone with her tires, so the screen was already cracked. So he was like, the screen could not even open, so I didn't even know who was calling. I just kept trying to pick, but my hand, like he was even explaining. And I was like, what do you want? He says, I just want transport to go back. That's all, if you don't mind, because a lot of parties didn't happen today, so we didn't really get enough transport. And I just looked at this guy. The rest, I'm going to end the story there in terms of this boy. But I looked at him. This is somebody that has nothing. And he could return that phone. There's a place called Computer Village. He could easily go to Computer Village. They will sell it to him. At least they will do, even if it's broken, whatever, they know what to do to it and sell it. That will give him more money in his mind that, what if I don't give him anything? He finds it. Now, this is just one of, we've heard so many stories of people losing thousands of dollars at the airport and stuff. I've even had an airport experience. My friend left her laptop in the airport and I called them. I was shocked. My friend was already like, this is Nigeria. I'm like, no, don't give up soon. I called them. They told me to call the flight, ask questions where we kept it, identify the laptop. This thing happened in Abuja. They put the laptop in the nearest flight that was coming back to Lagos, told us to identify it and went to take it. My point, why am I telling the story, is that as much as they are good people, they are also bad people. And it doesn't have anything to do with money. An honest person is an honest person. Now, in business, how do you do your checks and balances to ensure that oh, how do I know if I'm working with the honest people or not? You cannot be running a business in Nigeria without security cameras. That is one thing you must invest in. As since I was running a restaurant, right? There should be cameras in the what do you call it? There should be cameras in the kitchen and around the restaurant. Even if you're outside, you connect those cameras to be able to, like, for you to watch it anyway. You must be hands on until you find the right people. Yeah, there's a lady that does business, and she just said after a while, I've decided to close up this business. She has a cleaning business where she trains cleaners, sends them to come and clean for you. When they come, the cleaners will start talking to the owners of the house, like, ma, please, if you don't mind, though, I can come. I have so many stories of people really being dishonest. I think I mentioned this thing, like the guy that came to clean my couch. He came to clean my couch. And he called me immediately, ma, there are other things here that can be cleaned. Maybe I'll quickly clean it for you. I'm like, you haven't even, I thought maybe it's as per the company. He said, no, on the side. You haven't done the one the company told you to do. You're coming with the company's transportation. You're coming with their equipment, and you're coming to take job from them. And you know what this person goes on to do? He goes on to send me a WhatsApp message, and he says, ma, in case we are done, if you need our service, contact us. Now I check it, and I see that I don't have any chat with this person, but I see that it's also a cleaning company that is registered. So the guy that they sent to clean has started his own cleaning business, even registered a business page, and he's texting me with that one. So what I could do is say, save it. So if I wasn't at alert, because at that time I'm moving, the next thing I'll do is to save it, thinking I'm dealing with the actual company that I contacted. Now, things like this, what can you put in place to ensure that things like that do not happen? You get them a work phone, so they are chatting with that number. The people that come to clean, my place, for example, I don't have their details, they don't have my details. It might not be an effective way to work because it's not easy. Sometimes they have to, when they come, the boss must reach me if I'm not around and they want to tell me something, they will go through. But trust me, it's better to put that in place. Yeah, because these people will go back, start calling the people, as I say, ma, please, instead of doing it for this amount, I can easily do it for that amount. So the ones you can control, you have to control it. Like I said, the other lady that said she closed down her business because these people will go back and they'll be negotiating a cheaper price, and these guys will go ahead and be taking them. And then if anything happens, like those people steal from them, they will not start calling, please, do you have details of this person? They stole from me, but you went behind and took that person from me. So that is something that will happen. So you have to cross your T's, dot your I's. The ones you can do. These days, what they do now is that a business in this country, your sales girl will have her own POS and be making people pay into that place. The new one now, I learned that they're using all these microfinance banks. They don't ask them for much. Opening business accounts. So let's say this thing is Sarah Sassy Collection. They'll go and open Sarah Sassy Collection. So you think you're transferring to Sarah Sassy Collection, but you're transferring to them because these microfinance banks are allowing them to open accounts. Now, when you know things like this, you have to keep what do you do when things like this are happening. You paste it there, please. We only have a so account. Do not pay into any other account. There is not this account. It might look tacky. Paste it there. Paste it everywhere when people come in. But it's for your own good. Because like I said, the same way they have very honest people is the same way they have very, very dishonest people. Yeah. And do not leave your debt and move to Nigeria. No, if you have debts in America, UK, student loans and the rest, clear them. Because you know what? Your business is going to suffer for a while. You're not going to come and the next 1 or 2 years, your business is booming. No, it's going to go through all this. It's going to go through the learning stage. Personally, in film business, I lost money. Like when I mean money, I lost money. Imagine giving your film to an editor to edit for you. Your editor will go and sell it to someone else and the person will go and upload it on YouTube. And because they were the first to upload, you don't know how to claim that it was your movie. Can you imagine that? Yes, I went through all that and even more. So if you want to do that, you have to give yourself time. So you can't come back with debt because first of all, you're changing naira to dollar, you're changing naira to pounds. How much do you want to make for you to be able to pay off your dollar debt or your naira or your pound debt with naira? You're going to go back almost homeless if you try that. Make sure you have cleared your debts there. And this is also for people coming to work 9 to 5 because I have worked in a corporate space and I have seen people come in to work here and they are like thrown off. Like I know a French girl I worked with, and she was like, "What is happening here? Like in France, we work by this time to this time. It's chill. Like I don't wake up by this time." So like she didn't do her assignment, because if you did it, and you know that Nigerians can work round the clock. So even people that come here to work 9 to 5, there are certain ways we do things in Nigeria. Example, we are last minute people. Nigerians love last minute. They know that an event is going to happen tomorrow. Everybody's taking their sweet time, taking their time. Then last minute, why? Because they know that somehow they get it done. I told myself that spirit of last minute, I had to remove it, because at the end of the day, you sit back and you know that you've spent more, you've panicked that it could be better. So if you're moving to Nigeria, whether it's for business, whether you're coming to start your own business or you're coming to work, understand the culture of the people. And by culture, again, I say, don't just say, Nigeria, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. No, it's beyond that. Understand the way people do things. You can't just hire a manager, put things in the hands of your manager. You must be ready to be hands-on. I mean, a lady recently said that she came to Nigeria to close her business, just for her to find out that the reason the business wasn't doing well was because the person wasn't, the girl she left in the store wasn't opening her business. So people will come, and there's no one there. You want to do a business in Nigeria. Like you don't have cameras where you are in Canada to be showing you where people are when they're opening your store and when they're closing your store. They will not open that store. You're going to work very hard to get a very honest person that will be coming there regardless of the fact that you're not there. So for a business like that, little thing like setting up a camera, working with an agent that can quickly replace your sales girls for you when they're not around, setting up a camera in strategic places that makes, like, invest in things like that so that you see when they're opening the store and when they're closing it. You must be hands-on. As a business now, you cannot just hand your social media page to people without logging in and seeing the activities that are happening there. They have this, a lot of them have this attitude of, at the end of the day, I'll get paid. At the end of the day, I'll get paid. You know what I mean? But when they know that you're hands-on, that you're checking it, because they can't love your business more than you. So yes, I feel really, bad and sad for someone to come all the way to try and start a business and, it ending that way. I mean, it was really sad just watching everything she had to go through. And I said that I make this video, please pay for consultation. Consultation is cheaper than doing a big move. Yes, it is cheaper to pay someone to consult on, like, you've been in this field. I know a lady that wants to start filming Nigerian industry. She called me, we had sessions, we talked, what's the industry like, where do I put my money? After that consultation, you might realize that you don't need to come, or you need to come. It's better to consult. Don't totally close that life there. You can have the two, probably take a leave, like take this break, come here, see what it is, see the business, know what the area you're coming to needs. Nigeria is beyond Lagos, Abuja. Example, you're coming to start a high-end business and you're thinking of going to somewhere like Ibadan. It's not the same. It's not the same. So, but you actually come in, do your visibility studies. How much are these people willing to pay for my, for my service, for my goods? But most importantly, I would tell anybody that wants to move to Nigeria to start a business to come with a solution. I know a man recently now that he's into agriculture, but he came here with technology. So he's doing his own differently. Come with a solution. Don't just come. And if you want me to touch any topics specific to moving to Nigeria, the States, any research you want me to do around moving to Nigeria, please drop it in a comment and I'm going to do a tailored video to that. Thank you so much for watching. My name still remains Sarah Donald.